Hello to all you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixoland, California. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about woodworking. Jeff only wishes. But before we get to that, we will talk about video games. What, Danelle?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh no! You can't do that to me right away. I'm gonna lose my marbles all over the floor. Let's see. I am your host, Mike A.
Are you sure? You sound like you're unsure. Mike.
Yeah, I am unsure. My marbles are lost because he did the thing. I'm your host, Mike A, aka DJ Roberto Dinero, along with my friend, former colleague, and current Siskel and Ebert impersonator. Yes, both at the same time. Danelle, say hello, Danelle.
Hello, Danelle.
Oh, nice. And of course we have Jeff. And hey, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Good.
I was wondering if he was actually going to talk.
I don't think so. Maybe he never should. I don't know. We'll see.
He doesn't have a voice.
The fans eventually are going to demand it. And then, as you just said, he doesn't have a voice, so they'll be very disappointed. One day, he says, with his finger.
Oh, he's all muted anyways. Oh, so we won't be able to hear him anyways.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love when Jeff talks to me on mute. It's great.
That's what he sounds like without unmuted anyway, so...
yeah, everyone, that's what Jeff sounds like, so there you go. Fourth wall broken again. Before we get started, of course, don't forget to check us out on Instagram. Our page is up. That is all one word, Double Shift Pod.
Double Shift
the page
Pod.
is public, so you can just go ahead and add us, or follow us rather. We have some pictures up, some fan art, random stuff.
Or I call it fart.
Yeah, fan art shortened is fart, of course. So we have farts on our page, which probably is a pretty lucrative business, actually. And yeah, we're going to put some more fun kind of videos and clips and all that kind of stuff. We're working on it. So yeah, go check us out, Double Shift Pod, all one word.
Pod.
And then same with the email, doubleshiftpod, all one word, @gmail.com. Write to us, ask us questions, take a picture.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that would be dope. Jeff, any fan mail yet? You can nod your head yes or no. Nope. All right. Come on, give us some fan mail. We want to respond to fan mail. Questions, comments, concerns, request for Danelle to do that weird mouth closed talking thing. Maybe like
ask me to say whatever you like. Well, I don't know about that, but
maybe not whatever you like, but I
can
something.
sing.
Yeah, singing and rapping and all that kind of stuff. Can you give us a little song with like a quick sentence of a song with your mouth closed thing?
Oh gosh, what was I just singing today?
How about just a little bit, like oh, you already did that, didn't you?
Oh, I don't know. I think the just a little bit,
I'm sorry that I asked to do that because now I can't go on, but it is amazing.
I can't go on.
I simply cannot. We also have YouTubes. That is Double Shift Pod, not one word, spaces between those words. And yeah, if YouTube is your preferred method of media consumption, go ahead and listen to us there. And again, if we're going to be putting out some clips soon, we'll probably put some clips on the YouTubes as well.
Clips? We're shooting people?
No, not that kind of clips. The way the world works now, Danelle, is clips. I mean, the fact that we're doing an hour-long podcast is kind of crazy. People want 15 seconds, 30 seconds. That's all they want.
Rap songs are 2 minutes, so...
Yeah. You know, this is a video game podcast, but that is something that has been bothering me with the children lately, with the really, really short songs, especially if they're good. Like, I want to hear more. Like,
yeah, for sure. The beat's good. I'm like, it ended?
I guess there's, mixtapes is a big thing now, and so, it's like one long kind of big experience, but,
That's what
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she did say that. It's one long big experience. All right, you ready for this week's episode, Danelle?
Oh, I am. Am I ever?
Oh, nice. I'm glad because we gotta do it. This week's episode is blandly titled Games on Film.
Oh, welcome to
Games
Games
on
on
Film.
Film.
Yep. Yeah. Girls on Film. I don't know. Anyways,
Whoa.
well, that's a song. Listen, I'm
Oh,
not being weird. Girls on Film. You don't remember that song?
nope.
Oh. Anyways, we'll be talking about games based on movies. So not necessarily
Hmm.
movies based on game. Well, actually, maybe a little bit. But you have to stay tuned for that. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of video games that have been based on movies over the years, and most gamers know that movie tie-in games suck. Most of
Yeah.
them suck. Most of them just
Yeah.
aren't good. For one reason or another, they just aren't any good. Of course, anyone who's studied gaming history knows about E.T. for Atari and how most copies ended up in a landfill, and it's
They
considered one of the
did?
worst games of all time. Yeah,
Oh, I
um,
didn't know that.
it's not as bad as it sounds. It wasn't like this game's garbage. We're throwing it in the landfill. Atari put like a ton of games in a landfill that were just sitting around their
They did?
offices, and they couldn't get rid of them. This is probably around
Wow.
the video game crash of the early '80s. So
Mm.
it wasn't just ET, but it did make up most of the landfill
Hmm.
games that they put in there. Like there was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and it was like 10% of the games were ET games because no one
Wow.
bought them. But so yeah, considered one of the worst games of all time. Which, to be fair, and I'm not taking any shots here, it
Hmm.
is an Atari game, and I say that because I don't know, most of them don't hold up today. I don't know the last time you played an Atari game, Danelle, or if you ever did for that matter.
I think so.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
Pong. You probably played Pong, or you
Wait,
probably
how
got
old do you think I am? No.
22.
Hmm.
You probably got
Good,
excited because
good
you
man.
thought Pong said bong, and then you popped it in. You're like, oh, this isn't it, but I'll play it anyways. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
if you grew up with them, like of course you might remember them fondly, and I remember some of them fondly, but they're kind of rough. But ET, so the guy who was tasked with making it, it wasn't really fair. He kind of had the odds stacked against him. And this was a time in video game development where one person did everything: design, programming, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard
This
about those days.
kind of rock starish, honestly. I would love to be a fly on the wall in those days because it's kind of incredible. But his name was
Yeah.
Howard Scott Warshaw, poor guy.
Oh,
Um, and he was given just 5 weeks to create the game
what?
in time for the
Five
Christmas holiday.
weeks?
Just 5 weeks, yeah.
That's insane.
I know it's really not fair. And he had just finished another project, so he like finished the project. I think that did well. I can't remember what it is now. Um, but Chris was coming up. ET was super popular, and Atari had big expectations for the sales due to the popularity of the movie. So yeah, 5 weeks sucks. And I feel bad
Wow.
for him because it's probably the most talked about video game failure of all time. He did good work for the company. That's why he was given this task,
Yeah.
right? And um, I think I mentioned it, but yeah, the game kind of even is cited as part of the beginning of the video game crash in the early '80s, which that
Mm,
also seems unfair to me too. I think there's a
yeah.
lot more factors that went into it than ET.
Yeah, than just being a failed game or
Yeah, do you have a ET impression for us by any chance?
mm, I don't know. I was gonna say phone home ET, but I don't know if that's
No, that
or
works.
Elliot.
See,
Something like that.
you doubt yourself too much. You're always like no, and then you do it, and
No, because I can't think. I can't remember.
you try to think, but nothing happens.
For some reason, I don't know. E.T. is one of those movies that like I've watched, but I never really ever fully paid attention to. I couldn't tell you much about the movie, honestly. I don't know what it was about it. I just never could watch it fully through all without like being sidetracked. So I don't know. I've seen it hundreds of times, but do I remember most of it? No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get mad at you for that. Like ET's great, an important movie in history and stuff, but who cares? It's fine. It's fine. Wow.
He was ugly. He was a creepy looking thing.
He
I mean,
was
he kind
yeah.
of freaked me out as a kid. I didn't like those like characters. I didn't even like going to like Disneyland back in the day, Great America. Anybody dressed up in a costume, they freaked me out. I didn't like them at all. And E.T.
Yeah.
was the same. He was a weird looking character guy, and I'm just like, ugh, get him away from me.
Long fingers.
Yeah,
You know.
wrinkly.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it. No, yeah, no hate from me there. I'm a staunch defender of the '80s, but that one I'll let you have that one. So anyways, yeah, ET set the standard for terrible movie video game tie-ins,
Aw.
and we seemingly have endless supply of bad games to talk about today. We could probably even create a whole podcast series, like where each episode is dedicated to a bad movie game, but that's kind of boring. So we will just talk about a few bad movie games today, starting with Fight Club. You a fan of Fight Club?
The movie, I love the movie. I even own one of like the collector edition boxes. I loved that movie. I just the narrating, what's his face's voice?
Edward Norton.
Yeah, Edward Norton.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just how that movie turned out, or like in the end, what it ended up being and who it was. I mean, I watched that movie so much. Love
Nice.
that movie. I didn't know they turned it into a game.
They did. They did. You're probably not going to like what what I'm about to say, but yeah, everyone seemingly loves the movie Fight Club. I think from everyone I know, really likes
Made me want to make soap.
Yeah, that makes sense. It is some good looking soap. I want to take a bite out of it. It's nice and pink and like looks like a donut. I'm not sure how much I love the movie, to be honest with you. I think it's all right. I watched it. I think it was fine. I'm gonna be that guy, and I'll take the hate for this because it's kind of a dumb,
hate.
maybe pretentious thing to say. I do think the book is probably better than the movie, but
oh, I don't read, so
right, yeah. I'll do the reading here. I like books, but I mean, listen, it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. I don't love it like everyone else does, but
okay. You're entitled to your opinion. You can be wrong. It's all right.
Oftentimes I am. Most of the time I am. So yeah, 5 years after the movie was released, there was a video game made on.
Wow, it was 5 years later.
Yeah, it was based on the movie and the novel, kind of in that there were characters from both. I think there were some characters in the book that weren't in the movie.
Interesting.
If I remember correctly. I mean, this is like a million years ago, but and can you guess what kind of game it was, Danelle?
I'm assuming a fighting game.
You got it. You guessed it. It was a fighting game. And yeah, so you were characters from the movie or the book, and you fought. You fought in a club, and did I mention there was fighting? There was fighting, and yeah.
I was wondering if you were in a club. I'm assumed you would be.
It went all down in the club.
Find me in the club.
Exactly, fighting people.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes. So yeah, in the game, like you could break people's bones and like blood splattered on the screen and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
And yeah, like the premise of it, like a Fight Club video game that's a fighting game, that sounds great. But it was kind of repetitive. It was kind of boring. For some reason, Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit fame was a playable character.
No, he wasn't.
He sure was. Yeah.
No, what?
He was like a unlockable character.
What the?
I mean, that's what I mean, right? This game's like
that is super random.
Super random.
He was super popular around that time because I think Fight Club came out in like '99. Well, but you said this was 5 years after, though.
Yeah, I think
they were still popular.
They were still probably doing their thing. It's funny because they're like really popular again now.
Are they?
Unironically, yeah, they really are. It's kind of funny. And before I move on, I just want to shout out Def Jam Fight for New York. Speaking of like rappers fighting each other in video games, that game was the best. But Fight Club, I remember renting that from Hollywood Video. Shout out Hollywood Video.
I was wondering if you did actually play it. Okay.
Yeah, I did play this one. Me and my buddy rented it, and we hated it, but we spent money on it. We hated it until we played it for the weekend that we had it, and the game got terrible reviews, and nobody remembers it fondly. So there you go, Fight Club. That's one bad movie game.
Thank you, Fight Club.
Thank you, Fight Club. Fun fact, actually, about Fight Club. So none of the original actors did the voiceovers.
Yeah, okay.
Except for Meatloaf, who played Bob.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he was in there with the tits.
Yes, Bob with the tits, with the good hair.
Wow.
So yeah, that's Fight Club. My next game is another fighting game. This is the Star Wars fighting game. Do you remember a game called The Masters of Terras Kasei or whatever? I don't know.
What's that? Nope, never heard of those two words before. And I never knew they made a...
There you go, Terras Kasei. The Masters of Terras Kasei. It was. I
didn't even know they made a Star Wars fighting game. I should assume they have Star Wars like Monopoly now too. I mean, that's Star Wars everything. So I guess.
and
What? A Star Wars fighting? I guess I could see what the light side and the dark side fighting each other. What the hell was it?
it was kind of like its own thing. I like Star Wars. There's like a lot of Star Wars like lore and books. Like even before Disney bought it and like milked the crap out of it, there was like a ton of
Yeah.
like side stories and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's based on something. I don't know.
Terrace
But
Kasi. I gotta look into that.
yeah. Like when it came out, I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, cool! You could like um, like fight people, your favorite Star Wars characters, or whatever."
Yeah,
But,
yeah, exactly.
and so there's a ton of Star Wars games, and most of them are fantastic in my opinion. There were a few stinkers, but I think this one might take the cake. And in this case, the cake is
Okay.
chewy. See what I did?
Didn't.
Jeff, do you have a boo sound effect?
Oh no.
I'll take that. Thank you, Alberto.
Oh man.
And Chewy, of course. Um, this
I knew
was
someone at Namco whose car sounded like that. He would open up the trunk and go, "Prrrr," and everybody would actually go out to the parking lot. He's like, "You want to hear my car sounds? It sounds like Chewy."
was it on purpose, or it was just like it needed like oil on the
I
head,
think
dude?
yeah, I think it was like an old school like Saab or something like that, and it needed when the trunk would open and just do, "Prrrr." It was hilarious. Anyways, continue.
No, anything that makes a chewy sound, I'm a fan of.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
for
actually my
sure.
text tone for years.
No. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
so yeah, this one was a PS1 era 3D fighter,
Mm.
kind of like Tekken or Virtua Fighter. It had terrible controls, and so like in Tekken and Virtua Fighter, you can use the joystick. And I'm doing a joystick motion here with my left thumb to move it like up and down or around the arena. But this one, you had to use the triggers, which
Oh.
wasn't good. And like the input was very inconsistent, so you might do a move, but like it didn't pick it up. Like it wasn't executed well. The
Hmm.
graphics were kind of ugly, but honestly, mid '90s PS1 era stuff was all kind of rough. So
Yeah, I'm
we
looking
can,
at images of it right now.
yeah, we can forgive that.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it
But for
wasn't
its
great.
time, I guess ish.
Yeah. And the game was terribly unbalanced, not unlike
Oh.
Jeff after one rum drink. We get a little Alberto for that, really. But um,
Hey, Mikey.
yes. Uh, oh man, if Alberto could just like stand behind me and do that, like once we make it big, I would pay him to do that for sure. Um, Give him health benefits and everything. The game had a
Wow.
story. Nobody cared about it. It was kind of lame, I
Yeah.
think. And I didn't really play this. I only played this at EB Games at Barnes and Nobles back in the day. You
Oh.
had to ask for this like giant plastic token from the counter to
What?
go. Yeah, it was weird. This giant plastic token thing that like scanned some like there's like a light that scanned it. You dropped it in the thing, and you could play demos on their huge screen while everyone
What?
watched.
I
Yeah, it was
never
weird.
knew about this.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Actually, I remember there was this like trouble, like this like kind of neighborhood, like not troubled kid, but like you know, typical '80s '90s bad kid who got the token and made this little like fish hook thing so he could keep like
I've heard of people doing stuff like
yeah, and like
that.
play over and over, which was kind of dumb because it's like you're just playing demos, but whatever. And he
Yeah.
got like kicked out, and it was like funny, but yeah,
Wow.
that game wasn't any good. So just played
Oh.
Tekken, or actually Soul Calibur 4, where you could play as Yoda or Darth Vader depending on the console you had. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, and also the apprentice from that other Star Wars game, The Force Unleashed, you could play as him too, but who cares? So that's that. My next
Wow.
bad game I want to mention is The Goonies 2. Now,
What?
listen, I know
They
exactly.
made a game about that?
So yeah, I mean,
Wait, that was the first one?
there was a first Goonies, but the reason that this kind of grinds my gears, I guess, there was no Goonies 2 movie, so that always bothered me.
Yeah.
I always was like, why is there a game for it? It's kind of weird, and it was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I was just gonna say NES from now on. I'm not gonna try to
Yeah.
say those
I
words.
know. No one ever says the whole thing.
I know the NES.
Yeah.
So technically, it was a sequel to the first Goonies video game,
Interesting.
which was only in arcades in North America, sort of. That's a whole different rabbit
Oh.
hole. Yeah, so I actually owned this game in high school when I started recollecting
Oh, okay.
NES games. Sadly, I don't have that collection anymore. But I know
Oh.
that's a sad story, but boring.
Stupid.
It is. It's not even worth it. But I don't have it anymore. So I don't even know if I ever played it when I had it. I think I
What?
might have popped it in.
I was going to
played it.
ask that. What?
I don't know. Played it for a minute, got bored, never popped it in again. But apparently, people actually really like the game. For me, the Goonies 2 just rubs me the wrong way.
It's the whole principle.
Yeah, it's a principality. So I'm willing to play it again, though, if someone would like to send me a copy. Jeff, do we have the PO box set up yet?
Oh.
No? Are we ever going to?
Do you have a NES?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at it right now. I can see it.
I
Yeah.
have one too, but it blinks and flashes a lot. I have to it needs, I don't know what it needs, but I have to put a cartridge in, and then when I put it down, then it'll blink and flash. The screen just continues to flash, and I can eventually get it to work if I finagle it for 10 or 20 minutes. So it's broken.
Danelle, I'm going to, on our Instagram, pretend like you didn't hear this before we started recording. I'm going to put a tutorial on our Instagram on how to properly get your Nintendo carts to work. And spoiler alert, it's not blowing into the cartridge. So I'm glad you said that. It gives me even more reason to do it. Now I have time.
Nice.
Because these episodes won't get released for a while.
Is on my side. Yes, it is.
Nice. I was going to finish it for you, but then you did it. So
Yeah, you gotta do that pause.
Yeah, did it. Is Rolling Stones right?
I have no idea.
I believe so. I'm more of a Beatles guy.
I just always think of that movie, Seven.
Ah, yes. It's Brad Pitt Day today.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Maybe that's why it popped into my head.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So yeah, that's the Goonies 2. I have just one more to mention before we move on to our next segment. It's a Whopper, and I don't mean the burger. It is Hannah Montana, the movie, the video game. That exists. Apparently.
I was gonna say they made a video. I guess I'm not surprised. There's so much swag regarding that show that I guess I'm not surprised. But I did not hear about this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. I'm gonna be honest. I've not seen the movie or played the game. I didn't even do any research on it. I just saw that it existed and decided to include it in the list because I don't think it can be any good. And I don't think I'm not even going to ever do research on it.
I was going to say, what's it about? I
think you're Hannah Montana.
A rock star and
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. But that does bring me to my next segment, a fan favorite segment where we are going to design a video game. And this could be a little bit different.
No.
So what I think, so I'm not going to put any pressure on you, Danelle. I've already done the heavy lifting here.
Okay.
Are you familiar with? Obviously, Hannah Montana is Miley Cyrus, right?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Wrecking Ball music video or the song?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can you sing it?
Yeah. You came in like a wrecking ball.
Ooh, that was.
I never knew that I could hurt. Or I don't even know what she said.
That's all. No, that's all I know. So.
Break, ache me.
Oh yeah. Beautiful, lovely. Jeff, applause sound effects, please, for that. That was good.
Or wreck me. I don't even know what. Or that's something else, but.
Oh. Got it. All right. So this is a segment where we design a video game and we want to encourage game makers out there to make it. Just remember where you got it from, sucker. So I'm going to make this one really simple. All right. So we already have the title. It's called Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, the video game. And in this game,
Oh God.
You play as Miley Cyrus, and you are riding on a wrecking ball, just like in the music video. And the gameplay is basically Rampage. You remember Rampage, where you're the big.
Oh yeah.
So that's all. Actually, that's also kind of a movie based on a video game. And
Yes.
I think it was probably terrible. I never saw it, but The Rock was in it. So
The movie?
Yeah, the movie. I love the game. I love the game.
Yeah, think I've seen the movie. Yeah.
It can't be good, but maybe it's fun. I don't know. I should stop talking shit. It was great. So anyways, in Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, the video game, you go from level to level destroying cities whilst battling against the military and all that kind of stuff. And that's it. It's simple. Banger, if you ask me. Do you want to add anything to it, Danelle, for the design or anything like that?
No. I was going to say make sure she's on the ball, but that's already the whole thing.
Yeah, like I don't know how it's going to work. Like, I guess she's attached to a crane the entire time. It doesn't have to make sense. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's possessed by the devil and she's stuck on the ball and the ball can fly around.
Or it could be like the ball in the back of your mouth that little like
tonsils.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Nice.
Yeah, she could be hanging from that, and
interesting.
She's trying
Maybe
to
that's like the boss
take
level.
the disease away or something, and
right. It's getting weird, but no,
wrecking wrecking my throat.
Yeah.
It's a normal weekend.
All right. Sorry. You got to pause for that one.
I don't know why. That's what I thought of as the ball tonsil thing. Or those balls that people put on their trucks too.
Like the testes?
Yeah. She could be like...
So yeah. Maybe each level she's hanging from different. First level is a wrecking ball. I got a foot cramp that was so ridiculous, and it's driving me nuts. Yeah, and the second level is tonsils, and then the third level is the truck balls, and then I don't know, giraffe.
I know. I was actually thinking something like a circus. I don't know why. Something hanging from like
a trapeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, trapeze house. So yeah, that's the game. Jeff, go ahead and get our publishing company ready so we can start raking in the dough. I love all this work that I'm giving Jeff.
I know.
A P.O. box. We need to find Al to get him to stand behind me. We need a publishing company. We need more sound effects.
Man, we need to pay him more.
Well, he does this for fun. You and I get paid a hefty salary for this. Jeff does it for free, so.
Oh, so nice.
In fact, he pays.
We appreciate
to do
you.
Yeah. He pays us. All right, Danelle, are you ready? And Jeff, are you ready for sound effects? Are you ready for your favorite segment?
Snacks? 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 I should have some with me right now and just crunch every time.
Yeah. Some corn nuts maybe for extra crunch.
Do you remember those commercials? Bust a nut, grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. They're lightly toasted and hard as hell. Enjoy yourself, we won't tell.
I absolutely do not. That was a thing.
What? And there's like 7 nut busting flavors. Bust a nut at a convenience store near you. Oh my gosh, I thought they were hilarious. I was like, I can't believe they would put this on the radio.
Oh, a radio commercial, even better.
Yeah, they were radio commercials. Oh my god, we gotta find some.
Yeah, I'll look for it. That's amazing.
It was. They would have all sorts of different versions of it too. Oh, sorry, I'm just.
No, that's
because I was in like junior high when this came out, so of course I thought it was funny, and I'm like, even back then, I'm like, they can say that on the radio?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Interesting. Well, sadly, today is not corn nuts. I wish it was. But damn. Anyways, yeah. Today I'm just like flabbergasted. Danelle is on fire today, and I think in all the right ways. But like it's catching me off guard, and I'm just like I'm getting stuck. For those of you who don't know, Gamer Snacks is where we, just like pairing fancy food with fine wine, take a dope ass gamer snack and pair it with a video game, and of course, snacks is spelled with an X because. That's why it's spelled with an X this week, because of bird sound. All right, so since this is the movies to games episodes, we might as well talk about movie snacks, eh? So Danelle, what do you think of when you think of movie snacks? No, Jeff, not Raisinets. Nobody likes those except for you. Danelle, what do you think when you think of movie snacks?
Popcorn.
Popcorn, of course, we're talking about popcorn. So. Let me ask you if you know this.
About popcorn.
Popcorn music.
Popcorn. I used to call popcorn to get the time. Remember that?
What's that?
I used to call popcorn to get the time back in the day.
Oh, yes. Yeah. On a payphone. Because you could do it for free. Sadly, that number is discontinued. I've tried it not too long ago,
Oh.
actually, because I was talking to someone about it, and we wanted to see. But
Oh.
do you know the pro move that you're supposed to do right off the bat with popcorn, Danelle? If not, I will educate you.
Like when ordering it, ask them
Yes.
to butter it like in the middle or
No,
halfway through.
no, that's more of a butter preference thing. So
Okay.
the pro move is so most theaters will give you a free refill. I think if you buy like the large popcorn or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Did you know that you can get that free refill right away when you buy it?
What?
Yep, that's the pro move. So especially when you have like I go with my wife and kids, and we want to get as much popcorn as we can, and we don't want to have to go back and get it during the movies or the previews because everyone eats all the popcorn before the movie starts.
I know. Yeah.
And I always feel bad for the dads and the chads who have to get up after their party kills the popcorn, before the movie starts. So yeah,
Yeah.
you ask for like trays basically, and then you can like pour, or you can ask for like another bag, and they'll basically like pour the popcorn into the bag and then give you the free refill, so you could just
What?
walk.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Most movie theaters will be more than happy to oblige. So that is the pro move. And then
I don't ever
we,
order the large anyways, I guess that's why, so I've never known.
Yeah, I actually I do like popcorn. I don't like to eat a ton of it because especially with the butter, kind of makes me feel shitty. But and then get it in your teeth and all that kind of stuff. And movie snacks are expensive as hell. So no judgment for me if you pop your own popcorn at home and bring it yourself.
I have done that once. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
It's not the same. It's not. And then you don't even have to pop it yourself. You can. Listen, Trader Joe's, if you're listening, another shout out to you. So, sponsor us. They make a
Joe's?
really good bagged, quote unquote, movie popcorn. That's already.
Oh, they do?
So, yeah, we love you, Trader Joe's. You probably love us. Let's do this. Let's make some money together.
Yeah, I was gonna go there today after this. I'll have to look for it.
Yes. Man, they need to sponsor us for real, for real. If you're listening, Trader Joe. Some guy named Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
And then something that my eldest daughter figured out is that movie theater popcorn goes great with nacho cheese dip. And I should say I'd said the word movie theater a bunch of times, and I know most people think I'm doing this all off the top of my head, but I am reading from a script. I do spell theater the British way.
Oh, R-E?
Yeah, and I don't get any squiggly lines for it, so Google agrees with me. But anyways, one day I think we got popcorn and she got pretzel bites, and it comes with the nacho cheese dip. But there's not enough pretzels for the dip, so she started dipping her popcorn in the nacho cheese dip, and then we all started doing it, and it was elite, fantastico. Home
Never
of the
tried it.
Punk, the bomb. Shout out to No, you should. It's good. I mean, unless you don't like nacho cheese,
Oh, I do.
not your cheese.
Nacho cheese.
So yeah, we do that, and yeah. So anyways, that's like nowadays. This segment isn't about nowadays. Everything in this show is about back in the day when movie theaters had arcades. So we have to pair it with the game. I could pair this with the Simpsons arcade game, and that's one of the best games of all time. I don't care what anyone says. I'll never forget, in first grade, I had a sleepover at Michael G's house. Shout out Michael G. I was Mikey F. He was Michael G.
Oh, that's funny.
We went to go see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Kevin Costner's butt, by the way, which you get to see in that movie. I thought that was weird as first grader, but and of course that had that terrible Bryan Adams song.
Oh, no, I love that song. I still sing it to this day.
Let's hear it. I hate it, but let's hear it.
Everything I do it for you.
Still hate it.
There's no love than your love.
Even Jeff's cutting you off. Listen,
I love that song.
I know I asked for it, and
Yep.
it's not you, Danelle. I love when you sing, but
It's me. It's not you, it's me.
No, it's Bryan Adams. And
Oh.
listen, I love Canada, but fuck that guy. Anyways, I might get hate for that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, before the movie, we got a bunch of quarters to play arcade games, and we fucking beat the Simpsons arcade game. It's like still the best accomplishment of my entire life to this day, which makes me sad, kind of. Cause
Before the movie started?
Yeah, well, we were there like early. I forget why. I think to go play arcade games. It's like, hey, we're having a sleepover. Let's go get the kids tired, right? But that's not the game I'm pairing it with because Simpsons isn't technically a movie franchise. They did have a movie eventually, but like years and years and years later.
Yeah.
Which I actually worked on the Simpsons movie game at EA,
What?
which was a lot of fun. Unless you were testing the DS version, which was a nightmare and never went away. So, but I was on the Xbox, so poo poo to them. Sorry, guys. But that means I do have to pick a movie game to pair with popcorn, and what better than Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the arcade? I don't know. Do you remember that one at all? It had the machine guns that you like it was like a light gun game. It had like a big
Yeah.
automatic machine gun that you used. By the way, I should take this chance again to plug our Instagram. Mentioned a few weeks ago about how I met Arnold with ripped pants.
Oh.
I put that picture on our Instagram. You can't see the ripped pants, of course, but the picture is there, so go check it out. Double Shift Pod, all one word. Anyways, you pop some quarters in, a digitized voice says, "I'll be back." Then you see the T-1000, and then you start blasting those like weird skinless Terminator robot skeleton thingies, you know?
Yep.
The ones without, they didn't have the skin. The game is super hard. You need like 1,000 quarters to get to like the second level.
Oh gosh.
There's bullets everywhere. Shit's dire. Shit gets real. There's photos of John and Sarah Connor on the borders of the screen. So yeah, standard light gun game. Shoot bad dudes. Not the 80s arcade game with the same name, but you shoot like bad guys. Shoot guns to get ammo. Don't shoot the good dudes. Die a lot. Put in more quarters. Oh shit, the movie's starting. I died again anyways. Fuck this game. But I did like it. Those games were meant to eat your quarters. This one, it was cool. It was a big old cabinet. It had big ass guns. So it didn't matter if it was hard. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, you didn't even get to play it a lot because it was always taken. So get out of here. Go watch your movie and let me play.
Like Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Taken. If James Cho was Liam Neeson, you know what his movie would be called? Tekken.
I thought you were going to say that, but I thought it would be too easy.
Yes. Tekken.
Oh, God.
Starring James Cho as Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al. So yeah, that's the snack and the game pairing. Danelle, your thoughts? Anything to add on popcorn or gun games or movies or quarters or Al or Tekken or James Cho or anything like that?
I did have something, but I can't. I can't think.
You're trying to think and nothing's happening.
Yeah,
well, that's
I actually did. There's actually a movie the Stephen King movie that came out a couple months ago called The Monkey.
I want to see that.
I watched it in the theater, and I actually they have popcorn buckets of The Monkey.
Right.
And well, I hope my friend doesn't listen to this, but I pre-ordered one of the buckets. They were like $80 for the bucket.
Ugh,
it was crazy.
Nice.
But I just really liked the monkey. So it's like not even coming until like July.
The bucket isn't?
Yeah, and I pre-ordered. It says I wasn't going to be shipping until like July 10th or something, and I like pre-ordered it like 2 months ago. It was crazy.
That sounds like a nice.
I think they had them in random AMC theaters, but we don't have any AMC theaters near me. And I guess I don't know if they sold out or what. So then maybe they just like had a pre-order. But I'm really excited. The bucket looks really cool.
Nice. So you hope she doesn't listen because it's for her, or
yeah,
okay.
I should have. She would have never known if I didn't even say that. So I don't even know why I said that. So.
Jeff, find out who that is and send us there. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say edit it out, but well, I hope your friend listens eventually. I mean, we need.
Well,
fans.
she has been. That's the thing. Now I'm worried, but that's all right.
No. Anything nice you would like to say to her? Like, surprise! I got you this fucking bucket. I hope you like it. It was $80.
Yeah, surprise! Happy early birthday.
Perfect. You sound thrilled. All right, Danelle, listen. I've talked way too much today. It's time to give you the spotlight, and let me go ahead and set this up. I don't know, Jeff, if you have any. You don't know. Uh-oh. What's going on?
It's terrifying.
Oh. That was it? Oh, was I supposed to yell Danelle reviews games over it? We didn't plan this out. Danelle reviews games. Anyways, this is fucking that was a fuck up, and we'll leave it in because why not? We're building this.
We were both just staring at each other like, what?
I thought that there was like a whole produced fucking song coming, which there will be eventually. I'm hoping. Maybe not. Maybe we should just do that every time and be dumb. Anyways. Anticlimactically, this is the segment called Danelle Reviews Games, where, of course, Danelle reviews a game that she hasn't actually played. And Danelle, I'll go ahead and set this up for you, and then you can go ahead and do it.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly. Since this is the movie game episode, we did think it would be fun for another installment of Danelle Reviews Games Movie Edition. And since the Minecraft movie is sweeping the nation... or at least sweeping TikToks, anyways. We thought we would do that. So maybe that's cheating because that's a movie that's based on the game and not the other way around. And today we're talking about games based on movies.
True. You tried to confuse.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess who makes the rules? Jeff. Jeff makes the rules, and since Jeff makes the rules, they don't have to make any sense. So Danelle, take it away and give us your review of not the movie Minecraft, but the game Minecraft.
Oh boy. Well, I gotta say, probably like I wouldn't say most people, but like the first time I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? Like the graphics were awful. I was like, when was this game made? Like as soon as I saw it right away, like this looks stupid. This is terrible. Like this can't be any good. I thought it was just like very poorly produced until I realized like that's kind of not to say that's the point, but you don't really like need the graphics though for the game. That's like not the point of the game. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is ugly. This like wasn't up to standard, like to like what other games look like at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I was like pretty shocked that it like looked so terrible, so blocky.
You blockhead.
Yeah, you blockhead. It is definitely not my kind of game. I can't stand the whole grinding, gathering stuff, and like chipping away at stuff for hours and hours. Like, I've watched people just sit there and just farm or whatever you want to call it, just chipping away and chipping away and chipping away, and it's just so monotonous. I just don't understand how people can just sit there and do that. I guess it's because I'm not a creative type, and it is pretty much like a creative game where you can just like create whatever you want, which is, I guess, the cool thing about it is you can create the universe to be whatever you want it to be, and you can create anything.
You can.
So it is pretty neat, but I'm not a creative person. Like, I can't just think of things. I got to see something and, oh yeah, I'll make that. I can't just like, I want to make this. I don't have ideas because I have no thoughts. So I'm not, and then, I'm just not into the whole crafting thing and this kind of sitting there and putting this together and this makes this. And I heard it wasn't very easy for people though to figure out too how to craft stuff. People had to like look up online, like in the boards and message boards and stuff, and like try and figure out like the recipes. And I guess it was kind of like insane because there's so many. And I guess it is kind of cool though. Like the first time I saw somebody playing it, and I mean, you have to craft everything, like everything. Yeah. Like the first time they were trying to create something, I have to create like their crafting board or like their board or like the table, a crafting table. They even craft anything on the crafting table. And I was like, what? That seems kind of stupid. But like normally you get a thing already like done for you or it's already made and you just craft stuff with it. But the fact that you had to like create a crafting table to craft anything, I don't know. I thought that was kind of crazy. But at the same time, I guess it is like cool that you have to start from scratch from everything. So there's just endless possibilities of things you can craft and create, and the universes are so vast. Like, oh my gosh, they're so huge, and there's so much stuff to them. And I think it's like every time you go into one, you're like in a different one. I think it is.
You can set it up that way for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so they're all different, and there's just so much you can do, and you can just walk around for hours in it, and it's pretty cool. But what else was it? That crafting menu to me though was so confusing at first. I was like looking at it and like you have to like take your pieces and like move them around in the stupid square thing to try and like create a recipe or create whatever it is you're trying to. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on in that stupid menu. I didn't know. I don't know. It's not intuitive to me, but it seems a little ridiculous.
Right.
creative mode seems cool. I know a lot of people like to sit there and you can just kind of like create like your own stuff, and everything's like you have like unlimited resources and stuff, so you don't have to actually
No,
go out and
yeah.
yeah. So that would probably be better for me, but I get the appeal of the game though. I understand why people would like it, and I could see why people could just like crack out on it for hours, just creating stuff and farming things. And I know there's like a monsters that come out, and I think you can even get horses and stuff. I've seen people like I think
Horses?
you can get yeah, I think you can get a dog, and I don't know, it's just super random all the stuff you can do. I think there's like cave portals and stuff and caves and
Got it.
random, just a bunch of just random things, but it's not really my kind of game. Like I said, I don't like the whole grinding thing. I really don't like sitting there just having to chip away at stuff for hours just to gain resources. It's not my type of game.
I can dig it.
I would give it a 3 out of 5, but that's only because it's not my type of game. It honestly should be a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. I'm just being biased because I wouldn't want to play it, and it's not my type of game. Yeah, I know. Like I couldn't imagine. Like I get bored after playing 10 minutes of any game, so I couldn't imagine. At 10 minutes, if I barely got 40 pieces of wood, I'd be like, I'm done.
I think that's a fair. I think that is a fair review for you who hasn't played it. You haven't played it, right? You've only watched it.
No, I've just only watched people play. I've watched kids play. My best friend's son too. They made a whole like Minecraft wall for him too. She had all the different colors and like stuff on his wall, and she made this whole thing. We've had Minecraft birthday parties for kids. I mean, it's
a juggernaut at this point.
It's crazy. And like I said, I can totally see its appeal for sure, but
Yeah. So, I've played it.
you have?
Yeah, not a ton. My kids like it, but they don't play it a ton either. None of us like the, I guess, survival mode that you were talking about, where you have to start from scratch and monsters are getting you.
Yeah.
We all kind of suck at that. We only do like creative mode.
Oh, okay.
And I like clearing a path. Because I really like the music in Minecraft is amazing. I think
I've heard about that too.
So relaxing, and so I like.
Well, you like that lawnmower game, I think. So I could totally see you trying to sit there and chip away at something.
The lawnmower game. Yeah, I like the idea of it. I don't think I actually liked it in the end, but I like the idea of it. I like relaxing thing for you get rid of grass, I guess. But I should mention. So I like this is like probably 11 years ago now. In creative mode I made something called Utah's Burger Shack.
What?
So it took me like a month to do it. But it was a fully functional restaurant.
What? No way.
Yeah. It had live cows in the back, so like very fresh meat.
I was gonna say fresh patties. Yes.
Like signs that said that kind of stuff. It had a functional drive-through with like a mine wagon.
Oh my god.
It had like menus and registers. Kind of had workers, although they never like stayed in in their spots. Customers would come in. It had like a wiener schnitzel like roof, like the slanted kind of
yeah, for sure.
roof, and I thought it was dope as hell. So shout out to Utah's Burger Shack. It's on my PS4. Which
I was gonna say I want to see it.
I know. I'm gonna have to try to.
You gotta post it on our social.
Yes, my PS4 has been in my garage for like the last 2 years, so who knows if it launches. But I will try to get Utah's Burger Shack somehow on the social because I thought it was dope. But awesome, I enjoyed the review. Have you watched the movie by any chance or no?
No, have you?
No, I have not. My kids want to see it. We just haven't yet. So.
Yeah, it's been out for a month already, I realized. It came out like April 4th, because I was looking into it, too, to try and see if it was still playing, and it is, but I don't know for how much longer.
I do like Jack Black, so,
I know, I saw that, too. I saw Jack Black. I was like, oh, boy, this would be fun.
Sure, when he's in something, it's entertaining enough, so.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, that was almost a perfect segment, except for the theme song. I feel like that's my fault. I'm not gonna get mad at Jeff about that this time, but it's funny.
It was. I think we didn't know what to do. We're all just like
deer
in headlights. I was just listening for someone to say something, or like maybe a voiceover to say something, or
Yeah, we're the fans are let in on our creative process. So next time we'll either have
Yeah.
the song different, or maybe I was supposed to do some metal vocals over the guitar or something. I don't know. Jeff's saying no, so I think he's just fucking with us, honestly.
I know, he
We-
just didn't even tell us. He just like, watch this.
we- I knew about the song. That's why I
Oh,
was like,
they did.
yeah, I mean, I think I kind of prompted it, but anyways. Sweet. All right. I think let's see. We're getting towards the end here, but we can't end without a good old Rapido Fire segment. Sorry, a lot of bird sounds and bucks and all that kind of stuff today.
Oh my gosh, my fucking cat is a bird killer. He killed 5 birds this week. I'm so upset at him.
Does he bring you the bird as a present?
Yes, he leaves it on our front porch. He actually just eats it on our front porch.
my God.
And yeah, and so he leaves the head every time.
Oh,
And I'll hear him, like I heard today too, because I could hear him crunching on something outside the door. And I opened it up and there he was with the bird. I got mad at him last night. I was like, you're done. I picked him up and just threw him in the house because he's a serial killer.
yeah. Well, no, he's doing his duty.
I know,
I'm
but
not-
we're not gonna have any birds left. I mean, I like them flying around our house. They're good to like, they like spread seeds and they like spread stuff and
Yeah.
germinate things. And he's fucking killing them.
Yeah, Jeff, put those eyebrows down.
What a jerk.
He doesn't kill doves, does he?
He hasn't yet.
Okay,
I know we
good.
do have some doves, but no, they're like
Okay.
little brown birds.
Oh, okay. Finch.
No, they're bigger than finches.
Oh, okay.
They're almost robin size in a way, but they're brown. Maybe sparrows?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, that's horrific, but
But
I'm not a cat person. I couldn't have a cat, especially.
there's
like,
feathers on right now on our front porch, but we threw the head away earlier today.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ
I know. So,
Holy
anyway,
crap.
sorry. I just
No, no,
you
no.
said bird, and I was just like, oh, you're triggering me right now.
Word is the word.
Oh no,
Um,
I hate that.
Yeah,
Don't
we
even
don't
get
have
me
to.
started
I
with
won't
that.
even ask you to do all that. That's a tired old gag, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
Um,
that's gonna trigger me too.
I won't. No, we'll move on. Rapid fire. Today's rapid fire segment will be a little bit different. So instead of just naming
Okay.
random things, I have scoured the internet to read and watch multiple lists about quote unquote bad movie games. And for the most part, I think I agree, or I believe these lists. Like if I haven't played them, like yeah, I'm sure that game sucks. But
Yeah.
today, I found some games that I actually thought were bangers that were on those lists. At least when I played them. So today's rapid fire is
Yeah.
Mikey disagreeing with the internet. The internet's full of tubes anyway, so what do they know? But... All
Yeah.
right, first one, Enter the Matrix. Most people hate this because you weren't Keanu Reeves or the other main characters. Who gives a poop? I thought this game was super fun.
Oh.
There you go. Rapid fire, right? We gotta bang,
Yep.
bang, bang through it. Home Alone for the Game Boy,
Ooh.
or any platform for that matter, because all of the Home Alone games are on these lists. I had it on the Game Boy.
Really?
Yep, I played the shit out of this game back in the day in the back rear-facing seat of my parents' station wagon on trips to UCLA to visit my siblings.
Nice.
One time in a terrible storm, and I loved it.
Huh.
You went around your house, you stopped the wet bandits from like killing you, which is super.
What? Yeah, that sounds fun. Why do you
yeah,
get
it was
hate?
fun. You set traps and they slipped and fell and you ran around. And I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Hmm.
No Joe Pesci kid movie swearing though. I love Home Alone
Oh.
because it has Joe Pesci and Joe Pesci swears a lot. But since it's a kid movie, he just goes racker racker fracker.
Yeah, snick, flacking, frickin', stickin'. Yeah.
Ah, you stuttering, muttering. So next one on the list is Aladdin. Danelle, do you have any Aladdin songs you want to sing?
Oh gosh, a whole new world,
Oh, very nice
a new
vibrato.
fantastic point of view. I actually have that on CD, that soundtrack from the movie.
Yeah, great soundtrack, great movie.
Oh,
Uh,
loved it.
Love Aladdin. Jeff
Yes.
loves Aladdin too. That's his favorite prince. I mentioned Aladdin actually. I think in last episode.
You did, yeah, I remember.
segment.
Yeah,
I don't think the game's considered bad, but it's really, really hard.
yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it makes people hate it.
Yeah.
But I loved them, and I played them both as a kid, and I beat them both. So they were good.
Damn.
Cry about it, noobs. There's no way I could beat it today. Like I feel like the games. That
I
people
want to
have-
play it now, though.
Yeah, they do sell it. Like they re-released Aladdin and the Lion King, and I think sometimes you can get it paired with the Jungle Book as well. All those games are really hard. You can
I
go
never
on,
owned it. My friend did, so I only played it on like watched her play it. I maybe barely played it when I went to her house, and now I really want to play it. Well, I'm glad you beat it. That's awesome.
yeah, I wouldn't be able to today though because like I feel like those games back in the day you had to be young and like fast and I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
old now, so
Mm-hmm.
my knees hurt. Um, let's see, two more. I got Jurassic Park on the NES and the SNES.
Oh, woo, that seems cool. I've never played that one.
Yeah, that one gets a lot of hate. It's okay. It's
Do you
poorly
get to be the
designed.
dinosaurs, or do you like create the dinosaurs?
No, you're like Sam Neill walking around and
Okay.
like trapping them and
I'd like to be a T-Rex
Yeah.
and go around stomping on people and eating trees and stuff.
yeah. When you were growing up, you had a fantasy of always being a dinosaur or whatever that Step Brothers scene was with the dad. Anyway,
People always called me Giraffe because of my long neck.
Jeff calls me mean names every day. That's why I'm so mean to him on the show because he can't talk. I'm just kidding. Jeff calls me Fenton, which is funny. It's like a high school jock thing to call someone by their last name. So hey, Fenton. So yeah, Jurassic Park. I don't know. It always lands on these like really bad lists and stuff, but like I liked it as a kid, so fork off. That's a sentence I go to. And then finally, Super Star Wars. There's a few of these games. It was
Super Star Wars.
yeah, the OG trilogy movies in the SNES era, and they are considered some of the hardest games of all time. I think there's a theme with that time period. I was awful at them, but I rented them quite often. I thought they were cool. So these ones they get a bad rap for being so hard, therefore making them get kind of hated on. But you know what I say to those people: get good. Do you know what I mean? So that's about it for Rapido Firo. And I think that about wraps it up. Danelle, are you ready to talk about our main topic of woodworking? Something that Jeff loves so much.
I took woodshop in high school. Did you?
No.
Or actually, not high school. In junior high, we had woodworking. We could take ceramics or wood class, and I took woodworking, and I enjoyed it.
No, did we have woodworking? I feel like we didn't. We had auto.
We had auto in high school, and I took that too in high school.
Yeah, but I think no, we did have woodworking, but I took computer animation, which they had my senior year. They introduced it, so instead of like auto or woodworking, you could take that, and that was fun. But
Well, my friend,
no, keep going.
she before we went to woodworking class one day, she was drinking a Pepsi or a Coke in the bottle.
Yeah.
And I had that problem of like tipping people's drinks when they would like drink them, and it spilled all down her face or all down her shirt, and so she just grabbed the rest of it and just dunked it all over my head, and the soda was just all over my hair and my face because she was so mad at me. And luckily I went to woodworking class next, and so we had a huge it's like those old school, like you put your foot on it for the water to come out, but it was like a water, because I guess a lot of the times you had to like you had to get your wood wet before you could work with it.
Giggity.
And luckily I just kind of washed my hair off in woodworking class to get all the soda out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friend and you. How are you guys even still friends? I know that the exit music is playing, and I do think it's funny that the bit is we never talk about the thing that I mentioned in the first place, what we did today.
Yeah.
But man, your friend, I swear.
I
The
know.
song ended.
Wow, this is like the Oscars when they tell you your time is up and we just keep going.
Wrap that gavel up, B. I'm not done yet. This is important to me.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, we're getting the high sign from Danelle. I want to hear more stories about your friend in the subsequent episodes. We should get her on to maybe tell stories about you someday.
I think, yeah, probably should.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, the music's playing. That means we got to go. I would say the whole thing about we don't have enough time to talk about woodworking, but it's a total woodworking story. So in that case, it's time to say goodbye, Danelle. Say goodbye, Danelle.
Goodbye, Danelle.
And with that, may your gamer score be heavy and your backlog be light. May your connection be strong and your woodworking tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA pirates out there, you'll survive. Yar, Double Shift!
Arr.
Weiterhausen. Have a good one. I'm on a boat.
I'm shoveling coal for some reason on a boat.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like a pickaxe or a shovel.
You're Minecrafting.